Hey Kenzie, Micah Collins here. I spoke with you on Monday, I believe it was, about sending you this video. I'm so sorry just now getting it over to you, but I had some meetings come up and things. But Kenzie, essentially this video is going to show you all at Capstone Roofing exactly how to get more calls every single month from online. I'll show you the three big things that you need to know to rank higher in Google. Now, before I hop right in, I know you're probably wondering, Micah, why are you doing this and what's in it for you? Well, the truth is that oftentimes in the world of the internet, most of these local business owners are simply too busy running their business to learn how the internet can benefit them and their company. So I've found that by giving people an easy free attack plan of actual things they can do to impact their business for free, it results in some of those local business owners still at the end raising their hands and being like, you know what, Micah, I like you. Why don't you just do all this for me? So, Kinsey, if by the end of this video you all like what you've heard and you see I have a whole lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help impact the business, if you could just shoot this video right over to the business owner or the marketing team, whoever's in charge of the marketing here at Capstone Roofing, that would be great. Just to give them insight to these tools that will help them expand the business. So without any further ado, let's hop right in and not waste any of y'all's time or mine. All right, so the first thing, Kenzie, I want to go over with you all today is your content. So most business owners know that they need content on their homepage, but don't realize that Google likes to see about 1,500 or so words. You know, nowadays it's getting more like 2,000 if I'm honest. 2,000 words of high quality content on their homepage to be able to rank higher in Google. So we see that you all are doing very good. You have a really nice website, like really nice, clean design. But here's my argument: is that a clean website doesn't get you found. Okay, I'm just be honest. Clean website, it's beautiful once you get on here, but it's not getting you found for certain things that people are looking up. You have to be able to put the keywords that Google is looking for, not spammy, not to where it'll scare people off, but just naturally throughout the content. I want to show you an example of that with A Best Roofing I will be using for the purposes of this video because they're just dominating here in Tulsa. We can see immediately roofers in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So this is a keyword, okay? This whole phrase is a keyword. So what a keyword is like when somebody gets on their phone, they have a roofing leak and they look up roof repair in Tulsa, you know? And whatever company ranks the highest, that's usually the one they click on. But that essentially, roofers in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or roof repair Tulsa, those are keywords that people are searching for. And you would have those exact keywords, not a ton of them, but exactly naturally throughout your content. And Abest just rocks it. They just do so well at that. I would argue that your design is more beautiful, but the reason why they're getting so many more calls isn't so much just because they're branding, but it's because they're getting found for these keywords. To dig deeper, let's open up a tool I use. It's called Ahrefs. It runs at about a couple $100 a month. You can get it for yourself on ahrefs.com. But essentially, it allows me to see behind the scenes of everything that Google's looking at online. It's really an awesome tool. If we just take a look at this, we can see that you are ranking for 51 organic keywords, which is not terrible at all, but you're only getting 11 people on your website every month. Again, beautiful websites don't get you found, they just convert better. So if we look over here and look at the keywords, excuse me, we can see that you're ranking for roofing Owasso. That is a 80 people look that up a month. You're getting 4 people on your website from that phrase alone, and you're on the 9th position. So, I mean, metal roofing, Jinx, Oklahoma, 30 volume, traffic is only 2, position 7. You're not ranking really, I mean, you're ranking towards the bottom of the first page, if on the first page at all. Just the rest is all second page. And what I mean by that, I'll show you in just a moment what I mean. Actually, I'll just do it right now. We take one of those keywords. We scroll down. So whenever you're ranking on like, 9th position on something like this, people are looking this up and they're either clicking on the ads or they're clicking on the map pack is a huge one. Or another huge one is one of these first organic listings, but they usually don't go past like the second or third. So anything below this, like down here, second page, people are not looking that low. So you need to get yourself ranked higher, and that's the only place people are finding you right now is on the second page, just very low. That's why you're only getting, again, 11 people on that beautiful website a month. But if we take a look on the contrary at A-Best Roofing, sorry, I was checking that out a moment ago. We can see that they're ranking for 398 organic keywords. They're getting 3.2 thousand people on their website every single month like clockwork. Now, this is a crazy number and you may seem overwhelmed by it, but it's not as impossible as it sounds. If we look at their keywords and we scroll down, we can see they're ranking for, let's just skip residential roofing contractor because it's not a local keyword. It can mean anywhere, but local keywords like roofing companies with the Tulsa on it, roof repair Tulsa, roofing Tulsa. So we see roofing companies Tulsa 500 times a month. That phrase alone gets searched. 500 individual people are looking up roofing companies Tulsa, and 203 of those people are landing on a best website. You can imagine how many calls that translates to right now because they are on the second position. And that is the same with almost every keyword. They're just dominating so much in the Tulsa area. Again, bringing them 3.2 thousand people on their website every single month. Now, if we just take one of these keywords, again, let's just do one of these bigger ones like roofing companies Tulsa. Just put this in Google as if let's just pretend we're a customer, okay? So the truth is, whenever you type in roofing companies Tulsa, only 10 to 20% ad or come to the ad section. 80% of them scroll past the ad section, okay? Google doesn't like to tell you that because they like your cash, they like you to spend it with them. Ads aren't terrible. They can be good, but the deal is the cost per lead, the cost per call you get is so high usually. It's usually a miserable deal because they like you to spend as much money with them as you can. But if we go past that, about 40% statistically for roofing companies ends up here on the map pack. All right, so let's take a look at this. This brings me to the second thing I wanted to speak with you today, Kenzie, and that is what we call citations. So if we look at Arrowhead Roofing for a moment, we can see that their name, address, if we scroll down, we'll see their address and their phone numbers listed right here on Google. Okay. Why that matters is that's what we call the NAP or the NAP, the name, address, and phone number. This is how Google verifies online that you're a legit business, not some fly-by-night, not some shady business, right? Because they don't want shady businesses being on the top of their map pack, let's be honest. If we take a look at this little graph, and don't take design tips from this is a little Canva creation we made the other day. It's just for purposes of demonstration, okay? But every single one of these that you see are called citations, and there's hundreds more of them. Google Places, Bing, Yelp, Merchant Circle, Switchboard, the list goes on, the BBB, all of these are what we call citations. You might know them as directories online. So what Google is doing is they're looking all over the internet for different companies listed in these different directories. So what they like to see is, like, for instance, your company listed, your name, address, and phone number listed consistently on all these different platforms, therefore they can trust you more. So the truth is, the more of these directories you have that your name, your address, and your phone number are consistent throughout, the more Google will rank you higher in the map pack. I hope that makes sense. So for instance, if you have Arrowhead Roofing has 400 of these directories, with their name, address, and phone number correct throughout, you got to get like 500, maybe 600 of these citations to absolutely dominate them online. And as you can see, this is a great place to be. You really want to be here. But another 30% of all the traffic skips past the map pack and goes down to the top two positions right here on organic, especially this top position. This is how A-Best is getting that 3.2 thousand. I'll tell you right now. This is how they're getting so many people on their websites because they dominate this spot on Google in so many different types of like keywords. I'll try to explain it like, if you look up roof repair, they'll probably be at the top too. They're absolutely dominating. This is the place you really want to be, but to get here, you need authority, okay? And to get this authority, you need what we call, and this is the third thing I wanted to go over with you today, is called backlinks. So I want you to think of a backlink like this. For instance, you have site A, so website A points to site B, A pointing to B is kind of like a vote of confidence in B's in like let me try to let me take a step back. Sorry, it's kind of hard to explain. It's like site A pointing to site B is like giving link juice to site B, or like a vote of confidence in Google's eyes, if that makes sense. And the more relevant that site A is pointing to site B, the more valuable that link is to Google. So let me explain in like an analogy for a moment. If you have like another roofing business, a blog, anything like that that's industry type of website that relates to your business, pointing to your website, that's awesome. Google puts a lot of value there. It's powerful type of link for you. But if you get a link like Pizza Hut, because you did a job from them and they give you a link, well, Google doesn't care because you don't sell pepperonis. Now, why this backlinking matters is, I mean, it's absolutely cannot be understated. You have 5 backlinks right now, okay? This is directly tied to the power that, Google sees in your eyes. You have very little power right now. 5 backlinks. Those are good 5 backlinks, by the way. They are quality, but they're just not the quantity that they need to be. As you can see, only 11 organic traffic. You're just not getting found for a whole lot. But as we see, A Best Roofing, they have 771 backlinks and they're getting 3.2 thousand people on their website every single month. And again, you might think that's because their brand is so big, but it's not. As you will see, it's because they're ranking on phrases like roofing companies Tulsa, roof repair Tulsa. I promise you, if you start ranking on these, you would start getting the traffic yourself. So now you're probably excited and like, well, Micah, this is great in theory, but how do I actually, in the trenches get this done for myself? Well, today's your lucky day, Kenzie, because I'm about to show you in the trenches right now. If we click on this backlink to 771, we click on that under A Best Roofing, we can see every single backlink that A Best has pointing to their website. It's awesome. You can just go through here and click on any of these and get them for yourself. It's really, I mean, it's invaluable. All right, and clicking on one of the first links that pops up, we can see Contact Out is a nice, powerful link that pushes to their website. We see their company right there. If we go down, we can see this little link right here, and it's A Best Roofing. If we click on that, it goes right back to their website, and that is a backlink, okay? See, it's this website pushing to A Best, giving them power, okay? So how you get this for yourself is you just in the top corner, and most of these are like this, not all of them, but the vast majority are a lot like this. And you just hop in here, get a free account, get that link for yourself, and you just continue that process across all of these different links. And there's no way that you will not dominate them on Google. All right, Kenzie and the team at Capstone Roofing, hopefully you can see by now that getting you to the top on Google, it's really not magic. A lot of guys think it is, but it's not magic. It's just a method, and I've shown you that method here today. So once again, to recap, we went over number one was your content. And you have about 1,500 to 2,000 words. I think you almost have that covered. I didn't take the time to do it because it looked like you had about enough content. I'm just doing this live with you. And but the keywords, you want to get the right keywords on your homepage so that Google starts finding you for the right things that people are looking up, a lot like what Abest has. And then number two was your citations. You want to have about, I'd say about, honestly, 500 to 600 of those citations to absolutely dominate in the Tulsa area. And number three was backlinking. You want to have more relevant websites than A Best Roofing has to absolutely dominate them. And you would 100% take that 3,000 traffic for yourself. There's just no doubt about it. And if you implement all of these strategies today, there's no reason why you couldn't be top of Google, hands down. So now I bet you're wondering, Kenzie, well, what now? Well, the truth is, you can either go with this information I provided y'all today and do this on your own, and I'm totally cool with that. However, if y'all want the most fast and effective route and you want more insider industry knowledge, you can just give me a quick call at 918-260-1694. Again, my name is Micah Collins, and that's 918-260-1694. Hey, Kenzie and the team at Capstone Roofing, I'll look forward to hearing from y'all, and I hope you have a good one.